Hey guys, how's it going? So, another week, another mobile suit, and it's finally here, guys. We have the Zaku 3. This is no regular mobile suit, and it is kind of to be determined, but right now I'm seeing it as kind of weak and already needing a buff. It seems pretty balanced, and as they say here, it has both ranged and melee weapons, multiple, providing high adaptability. And while that seems true on the surface, it doesn't seem as good as what you would think with it having multiple weapons. I think the scooting, because it is a scooty suit by the way, plays a little bit against it. But anyway, it's 550, 600, ground and space. And let's just go ahead and take a look at the weapons and talk about them. So as you can see there, it has the Jarja's beam rifle, so it does have the bayonet. The difference is the swings. So there it is, you can charge it just the same way. It does have that mouth laser, which can stagger in 4 hits, which is pretty cool. It fires a bit slow, but you can shoot it while boosting, so you can pull off maybe some staggers that way and then go into this. But as you saw there, the neutral is not bad, and there's a little bit of a lunge there. But if you're moving back at all, you pretty much go nowhere, and yeah, that's a little rough. So what I was seeing and what was talked about from people playing it was the downswing just felt like it didn't go anywhere and didn't have any reach. And it's probably because when you're going to do the downswing, if you do that, if you stop your momentum or even start going backward, even at all, you're not going anywhere. I'll do that with the MLRS every now and then. I'll accidentally go back too far and I'll just go, and then just swing. And I literally won't move anywhere. And I'm like, what? But yeah. Then we have, there's the main beam shooting, of course. There's its beam saber, so pretty good normal swings. There's that. It staggers. It's the chest beam thing. Pretty cool. You do have to stop to fire it, though. But again, you're scooty, so you can kind of use your momentum that way. But it does stagger, and then you can follow it up. Looks like it has a good transition out of it time, whatever they call that. But yeah, overall, it's got a lot of weapons, really, and it could do really good damage. I think it's like 27 and 25. I forget which is ranged in melee damage. It's got a decent list of skills. Probably could use a bit more on the buffer side of things. Sadly, it only has level 2 melee priority. And lastly, it's a little squishy with its resist, especially to beam damage. Now, I'm still doing pretty good chunk damage with the MLRS, but with the C1 at 600, I could one combo the thing down. With a full charge, you can stagger it, then you shoot your hip lasers, just transform and dump everything into it, and it's gonna die. Now, it might be able to move or do something by the time you transform and are flying at it, but if you can hit the target, it is dead. Like, I dealt with just the main charge beam and the hip lasers around 11 to 12,000 damage, and it only has 18,000 health. And just the normal shot is about 4k when you transform even. Like, it is kind of crazy how much damage you do. So, yeah. Kind of rough for this thing, but, I don't know, maybe it's got its place, and there's going to be some people that have some cool combos with it, which is what I see it being able to do. Boost in with the head laser, follow up with the melee, do the chest beam thing for the insta stagger to something else, some kind of melee combo or whatever. It looks like it fires really quick too, so that's kind of a bonus. You've also got the Jarja beam rifle, which is easy setup stagger through maneuver armor. So you've got pretty good ways to break maneuver armor for a raid, and then you can get in there and do some good melee damage, and it looks pretty solid. Again, beam resist is very low, and health could be a little bit higher for how big it is. Also, it does move at 135 speed and 220 with 70 thrust, so it can get around pretty well. But again, it's a big suit, so proportional to its size, it's a little bit slower than that. But anyway, yeah, I'm really curious to see what happens with this in a week, and I'm curious to see what people think of it tomorrow. We talk about it on the podcast, and see if Gustav's had any more experience with it and has found any kind of cool combos or anything like that. Moving on though, Neo Zeon 1 suit is back in, and in the lottery now we have a weapons rack level 3 at 450. And then at 650, we got a Bawoo and a Dreissen. Pretty much the best raid and like one of the more meta. And I see it all the time at 650, even though it's a 600 cost, the Dreissen. And now we got a 650 of it. If they scale it like they do a lot of 650s, this thing is going to be terrifying. At the very least, I'm guessing you can get somewhere around, like, well, a ton of defense and like probably 23 to 25,000 health on this thing. If it doesn't already have that base. Like, oh my gosh. This thing's going to be a monster. That is going to be terrifying. Now, at 650, you do have a lot of extra suits to deal with that you don't have at 600. So I'm kind of curious to see how it fits in with like the current meta and stuff. So that'll be really cool to see how it does. But I mean, this thing has all the skills it needs to just do everything. So I can see at least one being on the. I mean, there are already people playing them at 600. So yeah, I don't even need to kind of justify it. And the reason why I'm talking about both it and the Bawoo, and like I said, the Bawoo is already pretty much the best raid at 550 and 600. And yeah, just probably continues as well. And there's a banner for both. So if you don't want to roll on the Zaku 3, because, you know, it feels already like it's not going to be the most meta suit. But this was a safe bet. I rolled twice on pretty much both of them and got a bunch of garbage. So I'm waiting for a good support. So that's why I'm kind of saving. But I still rolled a couple of times. I guess I did get new stuff, but yeah, it wasn't good. It wasn't good new stuff. But anyway, there you go. There's that banner. If you want to spin on that, good luck. Also, the Zaku 3, speaking of spinning, is a 2-star. So there's that to look out for, because the 2-star pool is a lot bigger. Even though I got 2 silver boxes, they were some other random suits. So, yeah. Now, in the ticket shop, we got the entire G line. So, we get the full custom, though, level 1 and 2. I didn't have the level 1, so got it now. And the G-Line Assault level 3, the G-Line Standard level 3, and the G-Line Light level 3. And all of these have the 500 cost in it. The only one being not of the 500 is the level 1 G-Line Full Custom. So, if you like them, there you go. I actually ended up, one of the suits I got that was a 2-star was a G-Line Standard level 4. Which, at that point, I probably wouldn't play it. But anyway, so moving on to the GM Cannon 2 in the DP store. This is the level 2, and the Goku Ground Type VD level 2 in the DP store. Pretty cool. By the way, on a side note, I will say at 450, the full custom is pretty solid, and even at 500, the full custom is pretty solid. The rest of these, yeah, I don't know. I'm not, like I said, the standard feels like it's probably fallen off at that point. You've got Mark II and the Beta. Now, as for raids, though, the G-Line Light still is pretty solid. So if you don't have a good raid, like if you don't have the Georgia at 500, or what else is up there? Maybe Striker Custom and a few things like that. Definitely 2 solid raids that you could take in. Now, I'm not a braid main, but I definitely do pretty good with this. Probably because it has some, you know, it has a cannon. But yeah. Anyway, moving on. The clan stuff, there is a bug. Confirmed bug that makes it difficult to match players in clan matches. They are planning to fix this problem in a later update. And right now, they're going to suspend all clan matches in the meantime. So, the one this weekend that would have been for late night that we could have easily taken part in is now canceled. And if it comes back next week, the next one, the one that would have been after this one, then we're probably going to be just at the normal schedule, and it'll be early morning for the next 3. So our late night one where we could get in and have fun, actually had a good time, is now gone. So that's kind of rip. Yeah, so that's a little bit disappointing. But yeah, that's pretty much this. So anyway, guys, let me know in the comments what you thought about the stuff in this week's update. Are you going to roll for the Zaku 3 or the Dreissen or the Bawoo even? Yeah, I think I might do a couple more this week. But anyway, like, comment, subscribe, all that. Path to 1,000 subs. Let's go. But anyway, guys, that'll be it for this one. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Peace.